Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today I'm doing a challenge. I'm going to do the $500 knife collection challenge. This was a challenge put out by YouTuber Slicey Dicy. He has a really booming channel right now. It's growing fast and he's doing an excellent job. He does a lot of cool videos on there, so I'm going to include a link in the description down below. So he was the one who started this, and I'm sure he'll link or create a playlist with other people, or you could just generally search $500 knife collection challenge or $500 knife challenge. One of those tags should work. But either way, basically the premise is all your knives are gone. You have $500 to create a new knife collection, and what would those knives be? And you want to try to stick to the $500 budget, more or less. I think there's been a knife collection challenge in the past where it's like $100 or whatnot, or what 5 knives you'd get for whatever. But so this one has the budget of $500. Now, initially, this was a fairly hard challenge for me to decide on because most of the knives that I prefer and carry are usually under $100. So it was hard to just stick to 5 knives that would get close to that $500 budget, because I wanted to pick a bunch. And initially you were supposed to stick to just 5 or 6 knives, so you didn't want necessarily a bunch of cheap budget knives because you could buy like 20 some knives. He just wanted to limit it to about 5 knives. So I picked, the other thing is they have to be able to buy, so they have to be in production. They can't be discontinued in any way or limited in any way. So these are the 5 knives I chose, and I do have all of them in my collection. I wanted to pick knives that I was familiar with, that I find to be a good value, and that I would actually use if I had it. So rather than just a collecting standpoint, these would be user knives as well. So first off, I had to go with my Spyderco Cat. If you watch my channel, you know how fond I am of this blade. To me, I picked this one just because it is a excellent EDC pocket knife for what I enjoy and what I do. It has a deep carry pocket clip, G10 handle scales, CTS BD1, full flat grind, plain edge blade, and yeah, just fantastic. Under 3 ounces, under 3-inch blade. I love the front finger choil. You do get a full 4-finger grip, but I had to pick it just because for its utilitarian use. Like utility wise, I use it all the time, for anything and everything. Good for urban EDC as well, and for lightweight backpacking. A good option there. So number 1 was Spyderco Cat. It comes in around $45, $45 to $48, and possibly even up to $50 depending on when you search the web. The other thing too, I made sure that these were available to pretty much anyone. So I focused on Amazon pricing, and I'll include Amazon links to all these knives as well, so you can pick these up if you're interested. But I've had this one for a year or 2 now, and I love it, and I use it all the time. So that's more or less my general EDC blade. The other knife I chose is the Benchmade Mini Griptilian 556. This is the upgraded mini grip with the G10 handle scales, with that little blue liner handle scale in there, chromed out blue back spacers, or barrel spacers. And then the other reason why I picked it was because I wanted a premium blade steel in a knife. Now I have used this one. As you can see, the pocket clip's all beat up. I've used this pretty heavily, and it's great. And I picked the premium steel of CPM 20CV. This steel's nuts, guys. Super good. Super awesome blade. Oop, forgot to turn the phone off. But the blade still holds up excellent, and it just takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And the price on this bad boy is about $165. So a little bit pricier, but definitely premium steel. Good size. Also a great EDC blade, deep carry pocket clip, and it just kind of looks cool. With that blue popping out the back, and ambidextrous too. So excellent. So that's my number 2 blade. Next up, I felt like every collection you need a big, strong folder. So I went with my beloved Byrd Raven 2. Absolutely love this knife for just a beater, tough fixed blade, or not fixed blade, but a folder. Once again, copying many of the cues from Spyderco, but in the Byrd line. We have G10 handle scales, 4-way positionable pocket clip, what a paracord lanyard hole, and then we have kind of this drop point blade, flat ground, plain edge, and it has my favorite blade steel in BD1. It's also a thicker blade stock, so this thing is definitely a workhorse liner lock, and it has that front finger choil that I love and prefer. I carried this for a long time, and it just holds an edge great and really corrosion resistant well with that steel. And that comes in under 50 bucks at about $45. So can't go wrong with that one either if you're just looking for a solid budget workhorse of a knife. Next up, I wanted something classy and something that would kind of be a gentleman's folder, but something with a little bit more bulk and heft, and that is the Kizer Guru. I've fallen in love with this. I got this from Mass Drop, and once again, the front finger choil. I just love it. But super sleek, titanium frame lock. Got those milled out holes to save on some weight. Has a fairly thick blade stock. Premium blade steel of S35 VN. And I just love that kind of sheep's foot cleaver look to it. Satin finish. And we also have these kind of decorative pivots and hardware. Just excellent. So buttery smooth too with the flipper. Runs on ball bearings. And then too, when you choke up and get that finger in there, the balance point when it's in this grip is just ridiculous. It just feels so light and maneuverable. So definitely more of a gentleman's folder. A little bit big for a gentleman's folder, but I would definitely use it in that capacity. But too, I wouldn't be afraid to do some work with it either. So Kizer Guru, and that comes in at around $180. And then finally, I would pick something for outdoor use, specifically for backpacking, bush crafting, or just overall camp use, and that is the Becker BK16. This is my primary bush crafting survival fixed blade. Absolutely love this knife. The grip and the ergos on it for the grip is just super comfortable. I did upgrade it to the micarta scales, and I didn't factor that into the price, so if I did that, it'd be well over $500. But even with the regular polymer handle scales, it's still a rock solid knife. Flat ground blade, plain edge, excellent drop point design, good belly. I got some jimping up there on the thumb, a sharpening choil, and yeah, just the handle is great. Has the wide lanyard hole, so you don't even have to like tie a knot through it. You can just pull paracord through, kind of like in a pressic knot there, and you're good to go. And you can even strike with that pommel if you need to. I've used this camping and practicing bushcraft, and it's held up wonderfully. So there you have it, guys. These are my 5 knives for the $500 challenge. Now, I will admit, not factoring in taxes or shipping or anything. If you do have Amazon Prime, these are all available on Amazon Prime, so the shipping would be free. But I didn't factor in the cost of tax. But other than that, I did go over just slightly by $8 with my pricing, so it was $508 for these 5 knives. But either way, I highly recommend these. I love all of these knives, and I've used all of these. Favorite fixed blade for sure. But remember, I'll leave links in the description below. I'll leave links to Slicey Dicey's page as well for the original video. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the eye in the right-hand corner for reviews on these. I haven't reviewed this one yet. That needs to happen soon. Other than that, check out these other 2 videos. Click that big round logo button, and thank you, and I'll see you outside.